What's going on, everyone? Now, I know in my last video I talked about things I wanted to do for this channel, such as monthly uploads that are in regards to internet mysteries and weird things on the internet, plus my Wakati videos as always, plus mysterious music videos. But one thing I did actually forget to mention, something that I am interested in, is interviewing former mysterious bands. And that's exactly what this video is today. So what I'm going to be doing is uploading the full interview on this video here, and then it's also going to be included a few minutes of it in my upcoming video, What is Mysterious Music, so be on the lookout for that. But for now, enjoy this interview with Dress to Kill. Welcome everyone to an interview today that I am very excited to do. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that mysterious music has always been something that has been fascinating to me, and I thought that it would be a great idea to go on ahead and interview a band that was a former mysterious band. So these gentlemen come from Liverpool, UK. They were around in the mid-'80s. Their songs weren't going to be released until late of 2021. That's when they were going to prepare to release it, but it got leaked online, became a mystery for a while. Eventually, it was solved and identified as the band Dress to Kill. And I'm here with Andi Cooper today. Jim Dorn, who is the other founding member of the band, couldn't make it today, it seems, so we're just going to go from here. So, Andi, thank you so much for your time. Give a little introduction to yourself.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. It's going to be an interesting chat. Yeah, I'm Andi Cooper from Liverpool, England originally. Met Jim Dorn in '84 before Dress to Kill, did a few gigs back there. Then university, work, whatever got in the way, and we recorded all our songs. We had a 4-track between '86 and '88. But they were not forgotten, but they were just put to one side. And I emigrated to Canada in 1994. Jim moved to London, and that was pretty much it. The last couple of years, having the songs digitized and remixed and augmented and stuff like that. So it's been a very, very interesting journey.
Yeah, to say the least. Anytime songs get, discovered in this way, it's always very fascinating because it's not the typical way a song gets recognition. Usually it's like you share it around to your friends, it goes around the internet. But the thing is, people would know of the song. But in your case, because it was mysterious, that's what made it so attractive to people. And plus, the song in question, Time of My Life, is just a genuinely good song. So
Thank you.
Once again, I'm excited to have you here. And I got 7 questions here. I'm not worried about just plowing through all of them. As long as the conversation is good, that's all that matters to me. So if we don't get through all of them, it's whatever. Thank you for that introduction. We're going to start off with the first question. Let's just start from the beginning. Tell us, the viewers, about how you and Jim met.
I joined a band called Crack the Ice in April of '84 as the lead singer, and Jim was already one of the synth players. So that's how we originally met.
Yeah, I read from your website that you guys clicked rather fast. And
oh yeah, you just had the similar kind of music that we liked, and similar bands that we liked and stuff. And I just loved his synth playing was very, very clever.
Right. So his synth playing definitely caught your attention, and that's actually cool because it actually leads into the second question. I was going to ask, when you guys eventually left that band, formed Dress to Kill, when it came to making the music for Dress to Kill, who were some of your biggest musical influences?
Depeche Mode, Ultravox, Japan, Duran Duran were in there a little bit as well. Heaven 17, Human League, so Gary Newman as well. So Gary Newman was actually the very first gig I went to.
Gary Newman.
Yep.
Oh,
I've been. In fact, so it's September 20 coming up. Actually, the anniversary, September 25th, 1979.
Wow. Yeah. No, I've always liked Gary Newman. Like Cars. Our Friends Electric. A few songs when he was in Two Boy Army. And he was definitely a big influence. To that scene, I think, because he was like one of the first ones where it's like, back in the day, late 70s, early 80s. There's still, punk is kind of dying out now. The Sex Pistols are breaking up. You got Public Image now. The new wave of British heavy metal is becoming a thing with Judas Priest, Iron Maiden. But then here comes this guy, short, slick back hair, and like his nice, black suit and tie, and he comes out with this hit Cars, and it's everywhere, and everyone loves it. So, and I can definitely see the influence in Dress to Kill, like the synth style. The I don't know like much about the names of synths, but it definitely has like a similar sound to it. You touched upon you recorded 4 songs on a demo. So I did read on your website that eventually, you guys did start recording for a demo. It was in your bedroom at the time in the late 80s, correct?
Yes, 80s, between 86. All the songs were written 84, 85, and into 86, and we recorded them onto a 4-track cassette recorder in my bedroom between 86 and 88.
Obviously, that's not like, a regular studio that's in a bedroom. It's not like, I guess you could say it technically like professional because it's not a regular studio, but I can imagine.
No.
So, talk about that. Talk about what it was like recording in your room, and like what was the process of making those songs, recording it. Would you say it was easier in some spots because it was kind of more indie in a way, being in your room, having your own technology, or was it something that was a little more of a challenge?
It was a challenge because we had to learn how to use all the new hardware that we got, because we used to have a Fostex 260, just 4-track cassette. That was it. And we had reverb and delay. They were the only effects we had. So everything got plugged into the mixing desk, and we just started laying down the drum tracks and the bass line. It was just getting over that hump of learning how all the EQ works and all the knobs and sliders on this damn thing.
Right.
Once we mastered that, we were off and running. The recording process is similar to the writing process. We just okay, well, we've got this now. What do we do with it? So it was just a bit of a learning curve, but we just got on with it, and we recorded about 14 or 15 songs in total, I think.
Okay, yeah, and I also read on the website that you guys did the synth parts first, and then that's when you figured out like the drumming and the bass synths in the back. Is that correct?
The few gigs that we did live, we didn't have a drummer, so we recorded the drum machine and the bass synthesizer, if you like, onto we have one cassette player and one cassette. So, and nothing went wrong. But I always think now, it sends shivers down my spine looking back, thinking, my God, it could have been a catastrophe, because the tape could have got chewed up, or the tape machine may have stopped working.
Right.
But it never did, so we were fortunate in that respect.
Right, you got lucky with that, because cassettes, they just can wear out.
Oh yeah, and you got to get the pencil out if it gets mixed up.
Exactly. It's a freaking nightmare. Yeah.
We already had some drum machine and bass line tracks already done, but the majority of them we did them over again. So.
Right.
So it's basically start drum machine, bass synth, and then just build up from there.
Right. And then, since you mentioned that, because it was just you guys, because at one point you had your brother Ian help play guitar. Is that correct when you guys performed?
Yeah, we had all the songs already done, but my brother came in and just did the live gigs with us, and did some recording as well.
Nice. Get the family involved. That's cool.
Yep.
Was he someone who was in bands? Was he very musically active as well?
Oh yeah. He's a very talented musician. Never had one lesson in his life. He's self-taught. He's got guitar, bass, double bass, ukulele, mandolin. He teaches ukulele in Brecon in Wales now.
Wow, good for him. I feel like in a way, when people are self-taught, it's not only more indie, but I think there's more stuff available. How do I word this? It's it's better in a way, because you're not restricted to music theory when you go to class. Oh, you have to. I remember when I was in guitar class, you have to hold the guitar a certain way. You have to put your thumb here. Why? This isn't comfortable for me. Let me just play it how I want to. And when you're self-taught like that, you do it the way you want to do it. You don't care about anyone else. And I don't know. I think there's just more success in that. I mean, look at Hendrix, for example. He was doing everything wrong at the time of playing guitar, and he's a guitar god nowadays. All right. Now, I want to get into the song. That's the reason why we're here today interviewing you. The song, Time of My Life, formerly unidentified mysterious song, was, as I read, Andy's first quote-unquote grown-up song that he wrote. Now, I find the story of where and how the song came to be interesting. So talk about that. Talk about where you were and how you came up with this concept of the song.
Some songs just pop into your head. Some songs you have to create. This, it came right into my head. I was in a lineup in a bank with my mum, and this tune just came into my head, and I'm trying not to listen to anything, just trying to concentrate on just keeping this lick going. And we got to the front, of my mum's making a withdrawal or deposit or whatever, and I said, "Oh, good." I must have mentioned something along the lines of "Oh, good, can we get going now? Because I've got to get this song written down." And the bank teller obviously heard me, gave me a pen and a piece of paper, said, "Yo, scribble it down now." So I put a couple of lines of lyric down, but most of it was just little because it was a nice one of those small cue cards that was lined.
Yeah.
So okay, there's my music state. Okay, these are the notes.
So
on
it
a
was
pencil in the bank.
So it wasn't even a paper. It was like those little cards. She gave you a few of those, right? Just to write them down on and like, get the lyrics on. Oh my god. Yeah.
Very
And so
kind of them.
was it more of like the lyrics that came into the head? Was it like the rhythm as well with the lyrics?
Time of My Life, that was the first line, definitely. But the tune itself just showed up.
Right. Okay. And it's interesting because, like, you know, you listen to the lyrics, "Time of My Life," you know, the stories left untold. I'm thinking, like, God, you know, this doesn't really have much to do with the bank. Like, was it something about the bank being there, or this was just something that just out of nowhere just came into your head?
Bank. It just showed up, and I've even said it's actually a song about the breakup, a bad breakup of a relationship, but it had nothing to do with me. I wasn't in any kind of relationship of any kind. I hadn't been through that experience, but the words just like just showed up. It was strange.
It's interesting, yeah, because like, you know, especially if you haven't like been through something like that, a lot of times, you know, when songs are written, it's like it comes from an experience. But I would say you did a good job, because I thought, like, man, like, okay, this isn't about a bank. What did this poor guy go through? What happened? You know, stories left untold. Like, all right.
Now I've been through it several times since I wrote it, but at the time.
Right, at the time, it was preceding what was going to come next then.
Yeah.
And now I know we kind of talked a little about, you know, the story of the song and how it came to be online before we recorded. But I guess we'll just talk about it again just for our recording. How did you find out that people online were searching for your song? And what was your reaction to finding out that thousands of people not only heard the song, but adored it and were obsessed with trying to find out who made it?
It came out of the blue. It was I got an email, I think it was about a week before Christmas, I think, from this Discord group called From My Mind, and they just said, "We've found this song on SoundCloud, and is this you? Is this your band?" And I sort of initially I thought, like, oh, what's going on here? This is some kind of scam or something. But I replied. I said, "Well, yes, it's mine. And what you know? Can you explain what you know, why you contacted me? What's the reason behind it?" And they got back to me saying that it had been floating around on YouTube for several months, since about March or April of last year. There's someone had posted up a copy of it on a free MP3 site or something. Now the song had already been mixed at that point, but we hadn't released it. But I think I must have given it out to a couple of friends who may have sent it out to a couple of their friends, and it just ended up online. But I didn't have a clue until I got this email. So my initial reaction when I heard about how many thousands of people had heard it was like, oh wow, how much money have I missed out on? It sounds terrible, but not a lot. Apparently, I added it up.
I added it up
at 0.003 of a cent on Spotify. That gives you $10.
Ooh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, use that for gas money.
Yeah, I just started reading some of the comments on the song and how much people liked it, and I was like, wow, comes from all over the world basically. And then there was a decision was made to write, okay, well, we better release this officially then, and you know, we should get it up on Spotify, Apple Music, all that kind of stuff. And luckily, I'd been doing some research on how to do that since the summer of last year. So we were already gearing up to get these going. The website was half done. So essentially what we could have held off another couple of weeks, but we thought, no, we better get it out there now. So Time of My Life was really like a rush release. So you know, release it when you want to release today. Well, normally they need 3 or 4 weeks to get everything set up properly, but I just release it. We're not doing anything.
Right.
We've already had more promotion on this than we could even dream of. So let's just piggyback on that and take advantage of the good work that these people did.
Right, and like you said, it is good that you went on ahead. We're already in the process of, like, you know, getting these things up on like Spotify, Apple, digitizing things like that. But like when you find out that, oh crap, what, like 9K people are trying to like find out if this is my song, I should probably release it. It's like kind of sped things up a little.
Yeah, I mean, a big thank you as well.
No, yeah, exactly, and yeah, you're absolutely right about people all over the world. That's not no joke, because I've noticed, at least on the Mysterious Song like Discord, and like when I see a lot of comments, a lot of people maybe from the UK or America, but a lot of people are from like South America, a lot from Germany and Poland. I think that's because a lot of songs that are mysterious, a lot of them come from Germany. Like, I don't know what happened in the 80s in Germany, but for whatever reason, there's like a million unknown like German songs from the 80s. Like, I don't know, but it's just fascinating. So a lot of people find that really fascinating, and yours, you know, was one of them. Speaking of mysterious songs, I know we also touched upon this, you know, before we started recording. Are you or Jim kind of aware of what mysterious songs are and like some examples? Have you like listened to any other mysterious songs by any chance?
I was contacted about one not long after I got involved with these guys, and I listened to a couple of them, but it's not really. I have no urge to try and solve them if that's what you're asking. But I have listened to 2 or 3 of them, and I'm like, wow, how come these haven't been discovered? You know?
Do you by any chance remember which ones you listened to?
Oh, it was a long time ago. I couldn't tell you.
No worries.
Sorry.
No worries. Maybe one of them might have been the most mysterious song on the internet, like because that's a one that has like 5 million views on YouTube. Hundreds of channels have talked about it. No one knows who the hell it is, and it sounds like a German post-punk band. A lot of them you'll notice too is a lot of post-punk sounds for whatever reason. A lot of alternative, a lot of post-punk songs for whatever reason. A lot of them from the 80s remained unsolved. A lot of them have been solved, but a lot of them still remain unknown. But no, yeah, no urge to try to solve them because like I try and like I don't even know where to start. Like where do you even look?
Exactly.
You try looking up lyrics, but these could come from literally anywhere. But no, I would say like there's a whole like rabbit hole of unknown songs that are actually really good. Like if you like alternative, the most mysterious song on the internet. If you like a little metal, I would recommend Fall of the King. That's a killer song that has an amazing guitar solo that no one was able to identify. But very interesting stuff to say the least. All right, now I have one more question here that this is something I personally wonder, and I'm sure other people who are watching are wondering as well. Although both of you are across the pond from each other, Jim's in the UK, you're currently in Canada, can we be expecting any new work from Dress to Kill? I know you guys are remastering songs that you're doing, you're getting them online on the website. I have seen that you have put a few other songs on your website. I listened to them, also great stuff. Can we expect new work from Dress to Kill?
I've got 7 or 8 little ditties that I've quickly put down and pushed to one side and stuff, and Jim has got we send each other stuff occasionally just so what do you think of this, what do you think of that, so we're still collaborating to a point. I think we've got maybe about another 6 or 7 brand new ones that we have to work on. Once he gets a new laptop, I don't think the laptop he's got isn't powerful enough to run everything he wants to run. So we'll let you get that fixed. But yeah, I'm very confident that we're going to get something brand new out probably towards the end of next year, I would think, because we still have let's see. Cruella de Vil, that's the next song coming out. That's my alter ego.
I like it. The name.
Fiend with benefits. She's due out at the end of October, and we've got at least another 5 or 6 coming out after that. So the original songs to be released, we won't finish that whole release cycle until May, June of next year.
You heard it here from Andi C himself from Dress to Kill. We can be expecting some new stuff sometime in the near future from Dress to Kill, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be really excited about that because a lot of people still are talking about the song because you guys, unlike a lot of solved bands, musicians, are still active now. You actually are engaging, and like people who comment on the song, you're getting your own website, getting it up on Spotify, Apple Music, and that's gonna keep it driving. That's going to keep people obviously wanting to come for more, like myself. Andi, I really appreciate your time. The viewers watching, I'm sure they enjoy this, appreciate your time as well. So I really thank you for your time, your patience, listening to my questions. And I guess just to end it off, I always like to do this when I interview someone. What would be your final words to the people watching, not from a musician standpoint, but maybe from like a personal standpoint? What are some best words of advice that you'd like to give?
From a musical standpoint, or is it like, how do you
I know it's kind of a loaded question, but I would say just all right, we'll just do it from a musical standpoint. What would you give advice to maybe someone who's starting off as a musician, trying to get their work out, trying to make some stuff? Maybe they feel like they don't have the best kind of equipment. What would be your advice to them?
Well, we did all our stuff on a 4-track cassette machine. I mean, the equipment you have now is vastly superior to anything we had. So if we could do it with 4 tracks, then there's no reason why you guys can't do it with 99 or 100, whichever one you've got. The biggest thing I've honestly learned is, this is just point on getting stuff out there, is you find yourself going down a YouTube rabbit hole on how best to release your songs and how best to market your songs and stuff. And you'll find them all very contradictory. There is no proven, tried and tested method to get this stuff out there. It's just a case of just keep at it, keep releasing the songs, and just keep engaging with your online audience.
Yeah, because a lot of it, can come from luck as well too. A lot of it.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's great advice. Andy, once again, thank you so much for coming to this interview. It's been a pleasure talking to you, getting a little insight about the band as well as yourself. So really appreciate your time and hope you have an amazing rest of your day, sir.
You too. Take care, guys.